friends, I am Dr.Ashwin Dobariya welcomes you to Programming in C video series. In this practical video, we will see the program of prime number, which accept one number from user and verify that whether the input number is prime or not. So that program will discuss with the practical demonstration, and the source code I have also given the link in this video description part, so you can download it and you can do the practice. So in this program, first of all friends, you should aware about that what is prime number. So first let me just discuss the definition. C program which takes input of a number, it means we have to input one number, and the program will verify that the input number is a prime number or not. So very important point is what is prime number, which number you can say that is the prime number. So the definition of prime number is a number, or you can say prime number, is only divisible by one number and itself. It will not divisible by any number other than 1 and itself. It means suppose our input number is 11. Our input number is 11. It means we know that 11 is divisible by 1. Then answer is 11. And 11 is also divisible by 11. So answer is 1. Right? So, but it will not divisible by any number from 2 to 10. So that's why 11 number is a prime number. So how we can think about the logic of this prime number? Let me discuss first. So how we can know that whether this number is divisible by other than 1 or itself? So what we will do, we will divide the number from 2 to that number minus 1. And if if the remainder is 0, it means that number is divisible. So let me first think about the different steps in that. Suppose our input number is 11, and how we can start the division. So division we have to always start from the second number, because one number always one number is also always divisible with the other all numbers, right? So here we will start the division with the 2 number and half of the input numbers. Why half of the input number, not up to the complete number? Suppose our input number is 11. Then we have to start the divisible process from the second number. Then we will verify 11 is divisible by 2. No. Then 3. 11 is divisible by 3. No, because remainder is 1. 11 is divisible by 4. No, remainder is again you can say 3. Then 11 is divisible by 5. No, because remainder is 1. Then 6 if we consider, then remainder is 5. Now see friends, generally whenever you are checking any number is prime or not, then we have to start the verifications of the division from second to half of that numbers. Because if the number is not divisible by up to the half of the number, then it will not divisible by remaining part of the remaining, or you can say second half this number. So if 11 is not divisible by from any number from 2 to 6, it means it will not divisible by 7 to 10. So unnecessary, no need to execute the loop till number minus 1. Right? So this is one example. Suppose if 12, if we consider a 12 numbers, then if the first number, see, 12 is divisible by 2, right? So here itself we will stop the execution of the loop. So how we can write the program? So in this program, first we have to think about that the loop will be executes of the half of the numbers, and it will start from the 2, and from 2 to half of the number, if any number is divide that particular number, it means it return a remainder, it means that number is the prime numbers. So let me just directly move to the practical parts, how we can write these prime number programs. So in this program, first how many variables we require? So our input number, for that we have declared the number variable. Then for loop, I is a index, or you can say the counter variable. Flag is very important variable over here. Initially our flag is 0. It means whenever we start the divisible from 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? So if any number is divide that particular number, then the flag will be 1. Otherwise flag will be 0. So here just we have initialized 0 means this is the initial value. After that the enter any number, and that number we will store into the num variables. Now this part is again very important. See, here we will not execute the loop till the number -1, but as we discussed that we will start our looping, because here no need to mention 1, because 1 is always divided divided by that numbers, right? So that's why we have to start the iteration from 2, and I is equal to 2, and how many times we want to execute this loop. So whatever number is there, that divide by 2, it means we will continue this loop of the half of the numbers, right, not complete numbers. Suppose 11, then we will execute only up to the 5, right? And if the number is not divisible by this, the number from 2 to half of the number, then it means this is the prime numbers. So this is a very important logic of this program. The counter will start from 2 and it will continue the number divide by 2. It means half of the iteration only we will perform. Then here whatever number we want to check, that number we will divide by the index, or you can say counter variables, right? And here counter variable will start from 2. So first we will check the number is divisible by 2. If it is divisible by 2, then it will return remainder 0, and if it is remainder 0, it means now by default flag is 0. But suppose if any number is divided to that number, right, if or our input number is divided with any number from 2 to half of the iteration, then this condition becomes true and our flag becomes 1. After that we will break the loop in between, because now we know that number is divisible by any one of the number of counter variable. So no need to continue the execution. That's why we have break this loop. And once we will break this, then after we will check if number input number itself is a 1, then as per the mathematical rules 1 is not a prime or a composite, right? So 1 is not considered in any category. So that's why we have to check in a manual way. If input number is 1, then the message is that. But suppose input number is not 1, then it will execute this part. In else part, see, if flag becomes 1, it means our input number is divided by any one of the counter variable. So flag becomes 1. So if after the complete execution of loop, if this condition is not true, it means our by default value of flag is 0. And if by default value flag is 0, it means the number input number is not divisible by any number up to the half of the iteration. So if flag remain as it is of a 0, then we will say that number is prime. But suppose if the number is divisible by any number, then flag becomes 1, and we are breaking the loop. Then after that this condition becomes false, and if condition becomes false, then we can say input number is not a prime because it is divided by any particular numbers. So this is the you can say the logic of this program. If I execute the, suppose if I input 2, then 2 is a prime number, and if I like enter the 10 values, then 10 it's not a prime, right? Even if I input, for example, 31, then 31 is a prime number because it will divide it by only one value and itself, not any other value. And in this case the loop will be executed up to 15 times. So it will verify only from 2 to 15, right? And if it is not divided by, then no need to check from 16 to 30. So it will due to this logic, it will reduce the number of iteration in the programs, right? So in that way you can enter any value, suppose 101, then it is a prime number. So this source code link I have mentioned in this video description part. You can download these and you can do the practice at your home. So I hope friends you enjoy these videos, and in the next video we will discuss another practical video, that is the factorial value calculations based on the input number. Suppose your input number is 5, then how we can calculate the factorial 120, that we will discuss in the next video. Please friends if any suggestions or your comment, please write in the description part, in the comment part of this video, and give your valuable feedback also. So please like this video, share with your friends, and for getting the updates of upcoming video, please subscribe this channel. In this description part of this video, I have also mentioned the link of other theory and practical video links for your reference. So we'll meet in the next video. Thank you very much.